I dare you to tell me who your #1 draft pick would be down in the comment section below. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I am playing WWE 2K15 Universe Mode, but I only draft WWE Champions. So I've done this video on WWE 2K20, but today I thought I wanted to switch it up a little bit. We're jumping back onto WWE 2K15, and I'm going to do the same challenge where I can only draft WWE Champions. But before we get to my #1 draft pick, if you are new to the channel, go and hit that subscribe button today, because one, it is absolutely free, and two, you can unsubscribe at any point in the future. And can we hit 500 likes on this video? I think we can. So kicking us off in the draft, our #1 draft pick and the person starting us off as champion is none other than CM Punk. I feel like you guys had to have guessed I was going to draft CM Punk. My second draft pick as WWE Champion is going to be Daniel Bryan. I feel like Daniel Bryan and Punk being 1 and 2 is going to be absolutely great. For my third pick, I'm going to draft Kofi Kingston because I think this era of Kofi Kingston with the brand that I'm thinking in my head of drafting will be absolutely perfect. Somebody that I rarely draft, but in this roster, I think he's going to suit really well. Give me The Miz. My fifth pick in the draft is going to be Rob Van Dam because RVD on this brand is going to be chef's kiss, let me tell you. Let me get Randy Orton as well. That's another name that I rarely draft in these drafts, but I think with what I'm putting together here, this is going to be something special. Y'all know I got to do it to y'all. Let me get the Rated R Superstar Edge. I'm going to grab Chris Jericho as well. I almost forgot that Batista is a former WWE champion somehow, but let me grab Batista too. Let me get a little old Stone Cold. I got 2 rapid fire picks for y'all right now. We're grabbing Seth Rollins and we're grabbing the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. As I always say, I feel like when you grab Stone Cold Steve Austin, you need to grab The Rock, and rapid fire, we're grabbing Roman Reigns as well. I'm really sad Kane wasn't a WWE champion because I would have totally drafted Kane 02 right here. But nevertheless, let me grab John Cena instead. Hollywood Hulk Hogan did win the WWE Championship, so we're grabbing Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Let me scoop up Dean Ambrose too. That means the entire Shield is on this brand. Before this man was the Fiend getting burnt to a crisp on WWE pay-per-view, this man was wearing Hawaiian shirts down in FCW. Give me Bray Wyatt, please. I'll take The Undertaker. I feel like that's another guy I rarely draft, but at the same time, I do kind of draft him a lot. It's kind of my in-the-middle guy. If sometimes I'm feeling it, sometimes I'm not. I don't know, but today I'm feeling it. Last time I did this draft, a lot of y'all wanted me to draft Sheamus, and while I don't like Sheamus, I'll go ahead and draft Sheamus just for y'all, but I'm going to draft Sheamus 11 because that was kind of around the time frame when he won the WWE Championship, so I'm going to do that. And I guess I got to draft the game. Triple H. I'll take Rey Mysterio too. I did this in my last draft for the WWE Champions as well. I don't care that the man only held the belt for under a day. He's still getting drafted. And with my last pick in this draft, give me Brock Lesnar. That is a big last draft pick if you ask me. So as we arrive to our very first pay-per-view, we are at Extreme Rules. CM Punk is our starting champion, as I mentioned, because he is our #1 draft pick. We kick things off though here at Extreme Rules with Rey Mysterio facing off with Batista. You were supposed to be my friend, but nevertheless, Batista does defeat Rey Mysterio here in the opening contest. We then move on to Edge and Kofi Kingston facing Hulk Hogan and Bray Wyatt in a tag match for whatever reason, and Bray Wyatt and Hulk Hogan pick up the win. That's a very interesting tag match. I guess that's the word you use for that, but nevertheless, Sheamus does battle Triple H in our next match. If I had to guess why these two are fighting, it's probably because Triple H is mad he don't got no hair like that no more, and Sheamus does pick up the win here tonight. We got The Rock battling The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere match. The Rock picks up the win there. That was a rivalry match. We then move on to a submission match between The Undertaker and Rob Van Dam. If you know anything about me, you know that the Vengeance 2001 match between The Undertaker and Rob Van Dam is one of my favorite matches that I think The Undertaker's ever had. That's just my personal opinion, but hey, it was a great match. These two always have bangers together, and The Undertaker taps out RVD to that Hell's Gate submission. Moving forward now, we got Roman Reigns with a little bit of that facing off against Randy Orton here in the co-main event of the evening, with Roman Reigns picking up the win. And then the main event of the evening, the WWE Championship is on the line as CM Punk tries to defend against Brock Lesnar, but can he defend? No, he cannot. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new WWE Champion in the form factor of the Beast, Brock Lesnar. I know Paul Heyman is somewhere really happy right now. Heading on over now to our next month, we are at the Payback pay-per-view. I wonder if CM Punk can get some payback for losing his championship, but we do open things up with Daniel Bryan going one-on-one with Bray Wyatt. They had bangers all the time. Daniel Bryan does pick up the win in this one, though. We got Edge versus Randy Orton in a battle of rated RKO, with Edge picking up the win in the greatest match of all time. Winky, winky, winky face, if you will. We then have Sheamus going up against Triple H, with Triple H picking up the win right there. Moving forward, it is a rivalry match between The Rock and The Miz. Extreme Rules, with The Miz picking up the win against the Great One. We then have an Iron Man match between The Undertaker and Rob Van Dam. Hey, I'm just saying, WWE 2K15 heard me. They said, oh, you like Undertaker versus Rob Van Dam? Oh, we gonna give you some Undertaker versus Rob Van Dam. And Undertaker picks up the win once again. Moving forward, though, we got Roman Reigns with the Ooh-Ah Tribal Chief going up against Hollywood Hulk Hogan, with Hollywood Hulk Hogan picking up the win. That don't work for me, brother. Moving forward, though, to the WWE Championship match. It is a tables match between CM Punk and the current reigning and defending WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar, as Paul Heyman would say. And the winner is Brock Lesnar. CM Punk is not able to win back his WWE Championship. Heading into Money in the Bank now, we kick things off with Seth freaking Rollins going one-on-one with Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and Seth Rollins gets put over by Hulk Hogan. Is Seth Rollins the modern-day Billy Kidman? Who knows? But next up, we got Dean Ambrose and Kofi Kingston going up against Triple H and Batista. It is Evolution versus Dean Ambrose and Kofi Kingston, with Evolution picking up the win here tonight. Moving forward, we got Chris Jericho, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, going up against the Fiend, not so fiendish, Bray Wyatt, with Chris Jericho picking up the win. Match number 4 is the Team of the Spears, with Roman Reigns and Edge, no, not Brittany and Jamie Lynn, going up against Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. And the Spears brothers do not get the job done. We move forward, though, to Undertaker versus RVD one more again in a tables match this time. I feel like out of all the matches that we've had so far with Undertaker and Rob Van Dam, this is the most that it is on the favor of RVD, and that is exactly why RVD picked up the win. If I was a betting man, I'm not, but if I was, I think I would have pulled in some dough right there. We then move forward to a one-on-one match between The Miz and The Rock, but Daniel Bryan is at ringside for some reason, and The Rock picks up the win with Daniel Bryan in his corner. And in the main event of the evening, we have a Money in the Bank ladder match that is, that's star-studded. That is absolutely star-studded. You talk about stars, you're seeing 6 of them right here. Batista, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, Roman Reigns, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Money in the Bank ladder match. Who's walking away with the Money in the Bank briefcase? It is Shawn Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, Bret the Hitman Hart is somewhere pissed. We now head into the SummerSlam pay-per-view, where Rey Mysterio is battling Hulk Hogan to kick things off. Hulk Hogan does pick up the win. Moving forward, we have a crazy triple threat match. Oh my goodness. CM Punk versus Dean Ambrose versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, with CM Punk picking up the win there. Up next, we got Kofi Kingston versus Batista. And hear me out, I think this match would absolutely slap. If you think about it, when Kofi goes for that cave-in move that he does, the standing double foot stomp, that leaping mushroom stomp, if you will, we got Kofi Kingston jumping up. Batista could catch that man into a Batista bomb. It'd be glorious. And Batista does do that. I wish Kofi would have won, though. That'd have been big for Kofi Kingston. Moving forward, though, we got a submission match between Sheamus and Chris Jericho, with Chris Jericho putting Sheamus away with that Walls of Jericho. Up next, Brock Lesnar battles Randy Orton at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship, with Brock Lesnar retaining his WWE Championship. Another crazy triple threat match between John Cena, Rob Van Dam, and Shawn Michaels this time. Again, another match that I think would be absolutely star-studded, barn burner material. Imagine Rob goes for the 5-star on John, but out of nowhere, Shawn super kicks him. That'd be great. And Shawn Michaels, Mr. Money in the Bank, picks up the win here tonight. Moving forward, though, our main event of the evening is The Undertaker battling Bray Wyatt in an Extreme Rules match, with Bray Wyatt picking up the win. Big wins for Bray Wyatt here tonight. As we head into the Night of Champions, we have another crazy tag match where Dean Ambrose and CM Punk are teaming up to take on Hulk Hogan and The Miz, with Team Hollywood losing to Dean Ambrose and CM Punk. Hey, I'm just saying, I feel like low-key that match would not have been as bad as I think. Granted, I don't like Hogan. However, I feel like that match wouldn't have been that bad. Moving forward, oh my goodness, the promos. That is the first thing I thought of when I saw this picture. Stone Cold Steve Austin is battling Bray Wyatt here tonight with a little old Stone Cold picking up the win against Bray Wyatt. Moving forward, we got The Undertaker versus Triple H. We've seen it a lot. Triple H picks up the win. We got Rey Mysterio battling Kofi Kingston in a submission match. I feel like Kofi's got this one. Nope, Rey Mysterio picked up the win. After that, we got Sheamus battling Chris Jericho in an Iron Man match, with Sheamus picking up the win. How much I want to bet Sheamus is battling Jericho in a tables match next month? I'm just putting it out there. We got HBK versus RVD, the battle of the three letters, going one-on-one with one another. And HBK is on such a big momentum rise right now. This man holds the Money in the Bank briefcase. Moving forward, Randy Orton's battling Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship, and Brock Lesnar retains that WWE title. Opening up Battleground now, we got a big tag team match as Dishonor, shout out to W3A. We got CM Punk and Daniel Bryan teaming up to take on RVD and The Miz, with Dishonor picking up the win. After that, we got Stone Cold Steve Austin and Edge, the once Hollywood Blondes, if you will, taking on Triple H and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, with Stone Cold and Edge picking up the win. We got Undertaker battling Bray Wyatt yet again, with the Undertaker picking up the win right there. Moving forward, Rey Mysterio is battling Kofi Kingston in an Extreme Rules match, with Rey Mysterio picking up that win. We got Sheamus battling Chris Jericho in a tables match, with Chris Jericho picking up the win. After that, Shawn Michaels battles Batista, with Batista defeating Mr. Money in the Bank. And in the main event of the evening, Randy Orton does battle Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship, with Brock Lesnar. He's just a beast. That's all you can say. He is just a beast. I mean, he took over the title from CM Punk in the first month. He has held it every single month since. As we enter Hell in a Cell, it is the month of October, and we kick things off with The Rock versus Chris Jericho, with Chris Jericho defeating The Rock. Did you know he beat The Rock in Austin in one night? Edge now battles Hollywood Hulk Hogan in a singles match, with Hollywood Hulk Hogan picking up the win. Come on, Hogan, you couldn't put Edge over? Oh my goodness. Nevertheless, though, Sheamus and The Undertaker battle RVD and Randy Orton, with Sheamus and Undertaker picking up the big tag win. We got Rey Mysterio battling Kofi Kingston in a submission match, with Kofi Kingston picking up the win there. A Falls Count Anywhere match happens between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bray Wyatt, with Stone Cold picking up the win. Okay. Dean Ambrose does battle Batista up next, with Batista picking up the win. And we got a main event Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship. But I got an idea. We gonna cash in with Shawn Michaels, because on 2K15, they never cashed in their briefcases. There was no AI cash in, so I feel like I'm allowed to pick when he cashes in, and I'm picking it right here, right now. Ugh, look at this matchup graphic. Ugh, that's disgusting. Oh my goodness. Shawn Michaels in the jeans, cashing in on Brock Lesnar. This man was ready to go home. And now it's time for a little bit of the sweet chin music. Tune up the band, HBK. Tune it up real good, because it's time for a little sweet chin music. Oh my goodness. Brock Lesnar is out like a light. Like a light. Get that pin off. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Good night. Goodbye. Bang. Shawn Michaels with the jeans is your new WWE Champion, here after a hellacious Hell in a Cell match between Brock Lesnar and The Miz. As we now head into the Survivor Series pay-per-view, Shawn Michaels is our WWE Champion. We kick things off with Roman Reigns battling Randy Orton, with Randy Orton picking up the win there. We got a triple threat match between Chris Jericho, Bray Wyatt, and Hulk Hogan, with Hulk Hogan picking up the win in that one. CM Punk does battle Rob Van Dam up next, with RVD picking up that win. Edge battles Kofi Kingston in a submission match, with Edge picking up the win. We got Brock Lesnar battling battling The Miz, with Brock Lesnar picking up the win. And after this, Shawn Michaels battles Batista non-title, which is very interesting, with HBK picking up that win. And then in the main event of the evening, The Rock battles Rey Mysterio, with The Rock picking up the win there. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my, December is here. And we kick things off with Sheamus and John Cena teaming up to take on Kofi Kingston and Batista, with John Cena and Sheamus picking up the win there. We got Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, The Shield, going up against Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho, with The Shield picking up the win. That's just tag team experience, baby. That's the power of Pine Sol. We got Undertaker battling Rob Van Dam once again, with The Undertaker picking up the win. After this, we see The Rock battling Rey Mysterio in an Extreme Rules match, with The Rock winning there. Brock Lesnar does battle The Miz here tonight in a tables match, with Brock Lesnar putting that man through a table. We got Roman Reigns versus CM Punk in an Extreme Rules match, with Roman Reigns picking up the win there. And then we got a TLC match between Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin, with Stone Cold Steve Austin becoming the WWE Champion. So Shawn Michaels only held that championship for 1 month. Oh my goodness. Nevertheless, we kick off the Royal Rumble pay-per-view with a triple threat match between Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Hulk Hogan, with Randy Orton picking up the win there. We got Triple H, Chris Jericho, and Batista doing battle in a triple threat match, with Triple H picking up the win there. A tag match between John Cena and HBK as they battle RVD and Bray Wyatt. It seems that John Cena and Shawn Michaels, former tag champions, mind you, they want to rekindle that tag team chemistry, if you will. And they do, as they defeat RVD and Bray Wyatt. Undertaker battles Kofi Kingston in a submission match, with Kofi getting a big win over The Undertaker. After that, we got CM Punk battling Roman Reigns, but Seth Rollins is in his corner, with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins picking up the win there. We got The Rock versus Stone Cold for the WWE Championship, and Stone Cold retains. And in the main event of the evening, we have a Royal Rumble match. Who's going to WrestleMania? It is Chris Jericho. Hey, he finally won a Royal Rumble match in his career. You love to see that. Moving into the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view now, we kick things off with Dean Ambrose battling Hulk Hogan, with Hulk Hogan not putting over Dean Ambrose. Hey, my statisticians out there, comment down below. How many people did Hulk Hogan actually put over in this universe mode? Moving forward, we got Edge and Seth Rollins taking on Bray Wyatt and Batista, with Edge and Seth Rollins picking up the win there. Sheamus and RVD do battle, but Sheamus picks up the win. We got Undertaker battling Kofi Kingston, but Undertaker wins in that one. Roman Reigns does battle CM Punk in an Iron Man match, with Roman Reigns defeating CM Punk there. Brock Lesnar battles Triple H, with Brock Lesnar picking up the win. And then we have a huge Royal Elimination Chamber match. This is going to determine who is facing Jericho at Mania. Will it be Stone Cold, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Rock, HBK, or Daniel Bryan? We're going to simulate it, and it's going to be John Cena winning the WWE Championship heading on into WrestleMania. And as we enter the last pay-per-view of this simulation, we kick things off with Daniel Bryan opening things up, facing Roman Reigns, with Daniel Bryan picking up the big win. After that, we got Hulk Hogan versus Batista versus Triple H in a big triple threat match, with Triple H picking up the win there. The Rock does battle Rob Van Dam, with The Rock picking up the win. We got a submission match between CM Punk and Bray Wyatt, with CM Punk picking up the win. After this, we got an Iron Man match between The Undertaker and Kofi Kingston here at WrestleMania, and Undertaker keeps the streak alive. We move forward though to HBK battling Randy Orton, with HBK picking up the win. And the main event of the evening, of course, is the Royal Rumble winner, Chris Jericho, battling John Cena, and John Cena is still your WWE Champion. So ladies and gentlemen, we started things off with CM Punk as our WWE Champion. However, he lost that championship to Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules, the very first pay-per-view that we'd had. We then had Shawn Michaels win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he cashed in on Brock Lesnar after a hellacious Hell in a Cell match against The Miz, while Shawn Michaels was wearing jeans, mind you. But then Stone Cold Steve Austin won the championship right back from HBK the following, actually it wasn't the following month, but it was Shawn's first title defense at TLC in December, where Austin did beat him. And then John Cena won the championship at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and he is still our reigning and defending champion after taking down Chris Jericho, the Royal Rumble winner, at the WrestleMania pay-per-view. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this one, and as always and forever, take it easy though, guys. Peace!